If you think your job is safe, wait until you see it. Artificial intelligence has already started to replace positions that no one imagined. And yes, this is happening right now. A report published by MIT in 2024 revealed alarming information. Professions that were always considered too human to be automated, such as recruitment, emotional support, coaching, and psychological counseling, are now being performed by artificial intelligence with a very high level of efficiency. In other words, even empathy is already being programmed. Maybe you think you're immune to it, that your profession is unique, that it requires human skills that no machine can copy. But this illusion is beginning to fall apart, and the speed at which this is happening no longer leaves room for denial. Imagine an AI that can interview candidates more accurately than an experienced recruiter, which identifies emotions based on facial micro-expressions and voice patterns, that offers therapeutic answers, personalized advice, and personal development strategies based on millions of data processed in seconds. It sounds like science fiction, but it is already being used by companies in the United States and Europe. The impact of this goes far beyond technology. We are talking about a silent, profound, and irreversible transformation in the job market. And anyone who isn't prepared now runs the risk of discovering too late that their space has been taken, not by someone else, but by an algorithm. The reality is that many roles performed by women are among the first to be automated. Areas such as customer service, teaching, digital marketing, human resources, and content production are already suffering significant cuts. Companies don't advertise this in advertising campaigns. They simply implement AI tools and slowly replace entire positions without fanfare. The World Economic Forum has already warned that more than 85 million jobs are expected to disappear by 2025. Most of them are concentrated precisely in sectors where the female workforce is predominant. And here's the tricky part. Most people still live as if nothing is changing. They continue to invest in traditional training, in careers that have been safe for decades, and believe that they will have time to adapt when necessary. But that time has already started to slip away. If even tasks based on empathy and emotional sensitivity are being absorbed by artificial intelligence, what remains as a human difference? What can't be automated yet? That's the question we need to answer now. Not tomorrow, not next month, not when the first layoffs happen. Now. This video is your wake-up call, but more than that, it is your action map. In the next few minutes, I'll show you what to do today to secure a secure, valued, and sustainable job in the age of artificial intelligence. Even if you've never used an AI tool, even if it's not in the technology field, there's a way. And if you understand what's at stake, you can turn the game in your favor. At the end of the video, I will also reveal which professions are being protected and even boosted by artificial intelligence, and how you can start positioning yourself in these areas this year. The decision is in your hands. You can continue betting on security that no longer exists, or you can anticipate, reinvent yourself, and use AI as your ally. If this topic makes sense to you, if it touched you in some way, take the opportunity now to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. So, in addition to helping me continue to bring relevant content, you also guarantee that you will receive the next videos with practical guidance to protect yourself and grow in this new market. Let's get started. What few people realize is that artificial intelligence is not just replacing technical positions, such as programmers or machine operators. The real turning point is happening in areas that, until recently, were considered safe, creative, and too human to be threatened. Marketing, journalism, customer service, education, emotional support. Sectors that, for the most part, have a strong female presence. Sectors where women built careers, conquered space, created stability, and which today are being silently restructured by tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, and others that emerge practically every week. The promise of artificial intelligence has always been to help humans work better, increase productivity, eliminate repetitive tasks. And yes, this is happening. But along with that promise came an inevitable consequence. If AI does it better, faster, and cheaper, then why keep a person doing that work? What is behind this logic is not evil, but a simple economic equation. Companies are driven by profit, and profit is maximized with efficiency. If an AI system responds to 100 emails into minutes with empathetic, clear, and personalized language, it will be prioritized. If he can create marketing campaigns, review texts, correct errors, generate images, and even suggest improvements based on data, all without salary, without vacation, without burnout, he will be hired. Even if you don't receive a badge, this is the scenario that is emerging. And the scariest thing is the silence. This transition is not printed in newspaper headlines. It's happening behind the scenes, in the subtle exchange of professionals for systems, in reducing communication teams, in the reallocation of teachers to administrative functions while educational platforms take over part of the teaching, in the use of bots to serve customers, schedule meetings, review documents, and produce reports. We are living in an invisible revolution, and anyone who doesn't see this in time will be caught by surprise. The CEO of OpenAI, the company responsible for developing ChatGPT, recently stated, in the next 2 years, the pressure to retrain workers will be as intense as automation itself. In other words, it's not enough to be scared by the arrival of AI. The urgency now is to learn to adapt or get out of the game. And here comes the most critical point. Women are at the top of the impact list. This is not a theory, it's a fact. The professions most affected by automation in the last 2 years are those where the majority of women are present. According to data from the World Economic Forum and McKinsey, women occupy the majority of positions in customer service, support, basic education, digital marketing, and human resources, exactly the sectors that are adopting AI most quickly. And there is an aggravating factor. While some professionals are able to migrate to technical areas, such as data science or software engineering, many women do not have access, time, or structure to start new training in technology. And this creates even greater inequality in the adaptation process. It's like we're running a marathon, but some people start with miles ahead. This is the type of conversation that rarely appears in company training, team meetings, or HR campaigns. Nobody wants to talk about the real risk of entire positions disappearing, but he is there, growing every day. And if you think you can wait a little longer to decide what to do, it's important to understand that AI won't stop evolving while you think. She will continue learning, optimizing processes, conquering space. With each update, she becomes more capable of performing tasks that previously required years of human experience. Let's talk about frustration. Many women dedicated years to training, paid a lot for courses, specializations, MBAs. They did everything right. They entered a promising area. They worked hard. And now they are seeing their positions being eliminated or downgraded because of technology that no one taught them how to deal with. Maybe you are feeling this right now. That feeling of impotence, of being left behind even though you've done everything according to the manual. It's normal to feel anger, fear, even resistance. But the truth is that this technology is not going to disappear. And pretending it doesn't exist only makes the impact even stronger when it arrives. And that's why this video is so important. You don't need to understand programming. You don't need to become a data expert. But you do need to understand the new scenario, know how to position yourself, discover where there is still room for the human factor. Learn how to use these tools to your advantage before they are used against you. And here's a reflection that you may have never stopped to think about. Who is shaping this new reality? Decisions about which jobs will be automated, which tasks will remain human, which profiles will continue to be hired, are not being made by governments. They are being carried out by large companies, by private groups, by leaders who often have little or no interest in preserving women's jobs. Sounds like a conspiracy theory. Perhaps, but just look around. The number of leaders and programmers shaping AI systems is still overwhelmingly male. Gender bias has been identified in several algorithms. And if women are not present in the construction of this future, they run the risk of simply being victims of it. Automation is not neutral. It replicates the values and decisions of those who program it. And if you are not in this debate, if you do not take up space in this transition, other people will decide for you. About your work, about your income, about your presence in the market. This is the time to open your eyes, to look forward with courage, without romanticism, but with strategy. The job market, as you know, it is changing, and the rules of the game too. The difference is that, this time, you can choose how you will participate, as a spectator or as a protagonist. In the next few minutes, I will show you that there are still paths. There are careers that are being boosted, not threatened, by artificial intelligence. There are skills that no machine can copy perfectly, and which will be increasingly valued. But it all starts with one step: awareness. You are here. You've already taken that first step. Now let's find out together what to do to guarantee your space in this new world. So far, we've talked about the risks, about what is already changing in the job market, about how artificial intelligence is redesigning the way companies hire, produce, and grow. But now, the most important time of this video has come: understanding what you can do today to ensure security, relevance, and opportunity in this new scenario. The good news is that you don't need to master programming or become a technology expert. What you need is strategy, and most importantly, action. Because whoever acts first, arrives first. Next, I will show you 3 practical steps, accessible and completely up-to-date, that any woman can follow, even without AI experience. And the best part, you can start today. Step 1. Adapt your resume for the age of artificial intelligence. Yes, your resume needs to change. Because today, the person who evaluates your candidacy is often not a person. It is an artificial intelligence. More and more companies are using automated resume screening systems. Software that analyzes keywords, formats, compatibility levels, and even sentence structure. And if your resume is not compatible with this automated reading, it may be discarded before it is even seen by a human recruiter. The good news is that there are AI tools created to help you with exactly that. Platforms like Cut or the Kick Resume use artificial intelligence to optimize your resume to current market standards. They suggest ideal keywords, adjust tone, correct errors, and even simulate the criteria companies use to select candidates. Your goal here is simple: Create a resume that not only shows who you are, but also talks to screening systems. An intelligent curriculum for an intelligent market. What's more, also update your LinkedIn. Use these tools to create an optimized profile with a strong title, a clear description, and examples of how you have adapted or intend to adapt to the new reality of working with AI. It's not about pretending to know everything, but showing that you are learning, updating, and open to transformation. This already puts you ahead of a lot of people. Step 2. Learn to work with AI, not against it. This is an essential point. AI doesn't have to be your enemy. She can, and should, be your ally. Think of artificial intelligence as a powerful tool, just like a computer, a smartphone, or an Excel spreadsheet. When you learn how to use it, it multiplies your productivity, saves time, improves your results, and gives you a competitive advantage. And you don't need to get a degree to do this. There are now accessible, practical platforms with language aimed especially at women who are not from the technical area, but they want to learn how to use AI in their daily lives. 2 incredible examples are Learn AI and the Women in Tech AI bootcamps. These courses are quick, online, and provide exactly what you need. How to use AI to automate tasks, create content, improve processes, serve customers, organize routines, and even make smarter decisions in your work or business. With just a few hours a week, you can already master tools such as ChatGPT to write emails, texts, product descriptions, create strategies, Canva with AI to create images, videos, and posts in minutes, AI Concept to organize projects, generate ideas, and plan content, Runway ML to edit videos with simple commands, Zapier or Make to automate processes without knowing how to program. These skills are extremely valued in the current market, and most importantly, puts you in a position where you lead the technology and are not threatened by it. Women who know how to use AI are already being promoted, hired, and even opening their own businesses based on these skills. And you can be one of them. Step 3. Choose an AI untouchable career path now. Let's talk about the future, because it's not enough to just adapt. You need to position yourself where AI cannot replace you. And that is totally possible. There is a concept called untouchable career. These are those professions that not only resist artificial intelligence, but that grow along with it. Professions in which the human factor is still essential, and where AI works as a support, never as a replacement. And here's some good news. These areas are still lacking talent. The market is looking for prepared women with vision, with sensitivity, with emotional intelligence. Exactly your profile. What is missing is the right knowledge. Here are some anti-fragile AI careers for you to consider. Strategic and human data analysis. Understand the data that AI generates. Interpret, decide, create plans. The machine shows the way, but it is you who decides which direction to follow. UX user experience for AI products. Understanding human behavior and creating intuitive experiences is something that technology has not yet mastered. UX is an area that mixes design, empathy, and logic, and it needs more women. Algorithm ethics and governance. More and more companies are being charged for unfair decisions made by AI. Those who understand the social, ethical, and emotional impact of technology will be fundamental in the next decade. Digital community management. While machines automate content, humans build connection. Knowing how to manage communities, talk, mediate, engage, is a difference that only real people can make. AI applied to mental health, emotional education, and coaching. The market is opening up space for professionals who know how to use AI to assist, but not replace, human care. A huge opportunity for therapists, educators, leaders, mentors. These areas require curiosity, empathy, systemic vision, the ability to learn and teach. And most of them can be accessed with free courses, practical projects, and life experiences, not necessarily a new degree. You don't need to start from scratch. Just start with what you already know and target one of these opportunities. And if you're asking yourself, but can I do it? The answer is yes. You only need 3 things: decision, focus, and a first step. The market is not looking for perfect people. It's looking for people who are keeping up to date, learning quickly, and willing to contribute in a new way. And this new way starts now. Update your resume, learn to use the right tools, and seek a professional path that strengthens you instead of leaving you vulnerable. Artificial intelligence did not come to replace you. She came to change the rules. It's up to you to learn this new game and play to win. Now that you know what you need to do, comes a part that few people talk about, but that completely changes the way you should approach this transition. There is a window of opportunity happening right now, and her days are numbered. Companies have already understood the value of artificial intelligence. They are reformulating their work models, creating new functions, looking for professionals with a more digital and practical mindset. They are open to hiring women who have mastered AI tools. They are valuing those who know how to automate processes, produce content quickly, make decisions based on data, and lead teams in hybrid environments. But this phase will not last forever. The prediction is clear. The peak hiring of retrained professionals with AI skills will occur between 2024 and 2026. After that, the market tends to stabilize. This means that the most strategic and valued positions will be occupied, and companies, already satisfied with their new adapted teams, will start to be more selective. What is different today will be the minimum expected in 2 years. In other words, whoever starts now arrives earlier. Anyone who waits will compete for space with thousands of other people who also ran too late. We are talking about a rare moment where demand is greater than supply, where companies are still open to teaching, testing new profiles, promoting those who show initiative, because there's still a lack of people prepared to fill the new roles. But that will change quickly. This urgency is not a strategy of fear. It's a market reality, and it is already visible in all areas. Platforms like LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor are full of vacancies asking for familiarity with tools like ChatGPT, Notion AI, Midjourney, automations with Zapier, data analysis with AI, use of artificial intelligence in content creation, and much more. This has now become a real requirement. And if you haven't included this in your profile, you're automatically being left behind without even realizing it. And here's an important detail. It's not just big tech companies that are hiring. Small businesses, independent professionals, schools, marketing agencies, online stores, startups, consultancies, and even self-employed professionals are looking for assistants, collaborators, and freelancers who know how to use AI in their daily lives. What was a trend became a criterion. What was optional became essential. And when everyone realizes this, courses will fill up, free content will become outdated, and access to the most valuable opportunities will decrease. Because the market will close, you will settle in. And those who are not prepared will need to fight much harder for spaces that are still open today. You don't need to know everything, but it needs to start now. because this is the phase where those who demonstrate a desire to learn are already being promoted. Those who study in their free time, those who test new tools, those who share their discoveries on LinkedIn, those who update their resume with the right skills, are attracting attention. And if you think that the market only values those who already have years of experience in technology, know that many companies are preferring to hire people with a practical vision and adaptation profile, even without technical training, to retain professionals who have not evolved over time. This is the early move phase, those people who enter the game at the right time, while the market is still forming. And for women, that means not just job security, but strategic advantage. Because this is still a space that needs more representation, more sensitivity, more balance, and the market knows this. But he won't wait. It's like a door that's open, but it won't stay that way for long. After 2026, the growth curve will begin to fall. Competition will increase, salaries will stabilize, and the chances of getting a good position without having started before will decrease drastically. This is the kind of opportunity that, if ignored, turns into regret. So, if there's anything you can do for yourself today, it's take the first step. Don't wait for the scenario to get worse. Don't wait for your position to be cut. Don't wait for someone to tell you that now is the time, because the time has come. You can look at this moment as a threat or as an invitation to lead your own transformation. And if you act now, you can conquer a solid space, build a new professional phase with intelligence, and occupy a place where AI enhances your talent and does not threaten your existence. After everything you've heard so far, perhaps the question that remains is simple. And now, the answer lies in your decision. You can continue living the way you have always lived, ignoring the changes, trusting that your effort will be enough to keep your place. Or you can see what's happening, accept that the game has changed, and position yourself to win. Artificial intelligence may seem like a threat, but it can also be the best opportunity you've ever had to grow, gain independence, and open new professional paths. It all depends on how you decide to react. You can use AI to grow or be swallowed by it. The choice is yours. But it needs to start today, and you are not alone. Thousands of women are experiencing this same doubt right now, feeling fear, insecurity, confusion, but also curiosity, the desire to learn, to reinvent oneself, to not be left behind. Many of these women have already started. They are studying, testing tools, updating their profiles, talking about it, opening up space in the market with the strength of those who have decided that they are going to lead their own transformation. You can be one of them. And to help you with this, I want to hear you. I want to know what your biggest doubts, fears, or curiosities are about artificial intelligence and the job market. Comment here. What worries you most about AI and your work? You can be sure I read everything. And based on these comments, I can bring answers, ideas, tutorials, and real solutions in the next videos. This channel is made for you. It's a space where technology meets sensitivity, strategy meets purpose, and the future finds women willing to adapt without giving up their identity. And speaking of the future, in the next episode, I'll show you the 3 safest and best paid female professions in the era of artificial intelligence. The best. You don't need to have experience. I'll show you how to start from scratch and position yourself with authority, even without being in the tech field. So subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and leave a like if this content made sense to you. This way, you guarantee that you will receive the next videos and help me Spread this message to more women who are also looking for answers. Because together, we can transform fear into power and artificial intelligence as an ally. Until the next video.